Welcome back to 2064 Read-Only Memories. Last time, after finishing our investigation, we figured out what happened to Hayden exactly. And now it's time to figure out why. So we have two leads. We can go to COS.io Corp, which is a media company. And we can go to, I think it's actually Flowers Mansion, who is a former contact of, what's his name? Fairlight, yes. I never looked at the brochure. It's propaganda. They really could have used better paper stock. Alright. Turing has been withdrawn and anxious since the news of Hayden's death, despite trying to appear unfazed. Hayden was always an impressive guy, but who knew he was creating someone so cool? Yeah, okay, that's normal.
Okay, we can now either follow Tomcat's lead to KCOB, or Fairlight's lead to Melody's home.
Oh, Melody's home, Flower Mansion,
It depends on what we
okay.
want our focus to be on in terms of tracking Hayden's trail. Should we follow the media or the tech? Up to you where to go first.
Right. So, because Tomcat gave us the KCOB lead first, we're gonna go there first.
Here we are. The COS.io Corporation office building. It looks like most of the businesses on this block are a part of the same corporate coalition under COS.io.
Is that important?
Well, perhaps. At the very least, it means it's unlikely they're the ones interfering with Augmented Eye's articles.
Right,
Not
right.
impossible, but unlikely.
How so?
Generally, the companies in a coalition don't have a whole lot of overlap. Augmented Eye is a news app focused on local tech and culture stories, with an emphasis on hybrids' rights and cybernetics issues. None of the other companies in the coalition cover news, so they aren't related at all, which is very much standard practice for these groups. They have nothing to gain by inviting companies with whom they compete, and thus none of them would benefit by trying to undermine Augmented Eye's credibility as a news source.
Can you tell me more about these coalitions?
In the early 2020s, the California government was pretty much going bankrupt. A poor national economy and repeated voter initiatives meant the state didn't have the tax revenue to continue running municipal services. They kept pushing the tax burden down the totem pole until poorer cities were just flat broke. No police, no road work, complete public service collapse. Then, one of the smaller cities sold all of their public infrastructure, police and fire included, to a private corporation. This was eventually challenged in court, but several Silicon Valley corporations started a grassroots initiative to have citizens pass an amendment to the state constitution allowing it. They succeeded, and most of the major cities in the state sold off their public services to private corporations.
Aside from the state going broke, because, like, at least as far as federal taxes, California actually pays out more than it takes in. If the state were to go broke, that sounds about right. Let's put it that way.
Some places, like Los Angeles, just sold to the highest bidder. Which is probably why LA is essentially in a constant gang turf war, with one side wearing the uniforms of the studio-owned police forces.
Continue.
The cities in the Bay Area were a little more selective, and most of the municipal services are owned by multi-corporation coalitions. They split the bill of running the city between them and keep each other from being too corrupt in their usage of the police force and such, from fear of a PR disaster and being kicked out of the coalition. It means there isn't as much money going around, which is why the NSFPD's equipment is out of date and the MeshNet is so successful over normal cable networks. After all, without the promise of the city infrastructure bought and paid for, the corporations all treat running the city like a charity and PR stunt. But at least the police aren't irredeemably corrupt. The fire trucks still show up on time, and the water runs to all parts of the city. That can't be said for some areas of the state.
This is a really funny question these days. I didn't realize things were that bad elsewhere. Why hasn't the federal government stepped in?
I haven't spent enough time learning about the subject, or politics in general, to give you an educated answer. If I go by the posts people make on the MeshNet, I'd say a combination of having bigger fish to fry and caving to corporate pressure. People seem certain that the larger multinational companies would love to be able to buy their own towns on a national scale, and are pumping money into Congress to try and make that happen. They hold up NEO-SF as an example of their success, while trying to bury the problems in LA as an anomaly. Combine that with unrest abroad, and I guess they don't have a whole lot of motivation to try and stop it. Historical precedent seems to lend credence to this interpretation, if you're willing to believe my hasty readings on the subject.
Fair enough. Thanks for filling me in.
You're welcome. I am happy to assist.
Good listener. Find and listen through all of Turing's lectures. Oh, there's no more of that? The 2061 model is more popular among... Oh, that's the exact same car.
Extra cup holder.
Alright. The KCOB door is automatic. You don't need to wonder if you push or pull. But if the door is automatic, why are there handles? Don't waste too much time thinking about this. In case of a power outage. You don't need to pick open an unlocked automatic door. You prefer to only converse with revolving doors. Right now it's shutting you out, but if you try getting close to it, it'll open up to you.
The MeshNet says Augmented Eye's SF office is run by an individual named Zin, and Tomcat confirms she's expecting us. All we have to do now is head up and talk to her. No shenanigans this time.
Uh-huh. IK-47. Zin's IK-47 Executive Series ROM, designed for office and high-level account maintenance.
It looks cute, but this little ROM has a ton of secure data processing power. Can water a mean office plant too. The IK-47 aren't known for being verbose. Better leave it. Hello, world's first sapient ROM, right here.
Oh, a Super Family Link. Oh yeah, Super Family Link. This plays all the old hits, like Yonkey's Peninsula, Water Rash, and Super Slug 3, Revenge of the Super Slug. Aren't games usually in the waiting room, not someone's offices? Let's see what's on it. Oh, Penultimate Journey 5, The Pit of Elastic Terror. It also has Wrench Davis, Adventure in the Outer Limits. Whoa, it's got Ninja Wombat versus Robo Rasputin, Mega Supreme Special Edition. Oh, it's Yarf! It isn't connected to the monitor. Looks like business hours are for weather and stock reports. Back in the old days, engineers thought it was necessary to have both a power and a reset button. There was even a cart eject button. How archaic. Was there on the SNES? Or was that, like, certain models? That's just an old rumor. You're not actually supposed to blow into the cartridge. Why would blowing into it help? Don't even know if it's busted. Okay, do it quick. She's not looking. There. Got it out of your system? Sweet, an unopened duck game.
This game gives me the urge to start quacking uncontrollably. Is something wrong with me?
A mint condition Super Indie Karts Jr.
This game looks suitable if you're craving both high-speed racing action and watermelons.
When's the last time you saw a copy of Crosscode?
This is a video game about being a person in a video game, in a sense.
Something dot hack. Should teach Turing how to play some Super Slam Dunk Touchdown.
No thanks, but I'd love to watch.
Who doesn't remember that old classic Hex Heroes?
This game plays like a virtual board game. I can only imagine a VR version.
Oh look, Smooth Operator.
I don't think this game is appropriate for a work environment.
Never heard of this one. Where in the galaxy is Kremlin San Antonio?
This game has way more tentacles than I think I can handle.
So obviously I recognize Duck Game and Crosscode here.
This game gives me...
This monitor has a live updating weather forecast in the bottom corner of the screen. It'll be in the high 60s with a low chance of sprinkling this weekend, a typical Neo SF's December. The monitor has a live... The professional care these planes receive puts your well-intentioned yet misguided overwatering to shame. Alright, let's just talk.
Oh, hello. Welcome to Augmented Eye. You must be the journalist my network admin said would be showing up. Have a seat. Would you like a drink?
Water would be nice.
My assistant will bring it right away. Look, I'll start off by saying I'm a little uncomfortable about bringing in another journalist to look into this. Whatever you dig up, I'll have to explain to the rest of the press. But it's still better than the other options. Chances are I have another corporation scoping out my territory. If they aren't in the coalition, they'll be expecting a corporate spy, not a news hound. If they are in the coalition, it won't look good for me to send in my own reporters against my allies. Even if I do end up being right. So if I'm damned either way, I'd rather it be by the media. At least then we can fight back on a familiar battlefield. Now, what do you know about our problem here?
Someone's tampering with your articles.
That's the long and short of it. My network admin is pulling their hair out with it.
What does long and short even mean? Like, where does that originate?
I'm not going to pretend I understand everything they say, but from what I understand, the changes to our articles aren't being made from inside our network. The versions on our servers are still the originals, but at some point after they hit the mesh, they get changed. I'm hoping that you can do some digging, maybe hit up your contacts and get a lead on who might be doing it. Even if I have to get answers from the nightly news, it would be a big help.
kind of changes are being made anyway? I know it's some minor phrasing tweaks, but...
Mostly little things. Word choice, tone of writing, things that make the writer appear more or less extreme on a topic. So far, almost all of the edits seem to be making our articles more positive on new technologies coming out, and more critical of organizations like the Human Revolution. That's actually what tipped us off. A harsh criticism one of my writers made about the Human Revolution protests was changed to be downright vitriolic, and I had a hell of a time putting out the fires. My writers and readers aren't exactly fans of them, but I'd rather not pick fights with the Human Revolution if I don't.
Why are you so sure this isn't an inside job?
I guess I'm not, but my network admin assures me it's all coming from somewhere else. They told me that they tore out all of the routers that broadcast to the mesh and replaced them with fresh ones. All kinds of tricks involving IP addresses and DNS changes that I'm not going to even begin to claim to understand. I pay them big bucks, so I'm inclined to believe them unless you dig up something that tells me otherwise.
Any ideas where I might want to start looking?
Not really. My admin says that only someone with intimate access to Parallax's network protocols could make these kind of changes as something passes across the net. Personally, I think it's a clever hacker rather than someone inside Parallax itself. The public trust rating of Parallax makes them look like a saint among wolves, so their control over the mesh network provisions is strengthening. It's trivially easy to set up ROMs to use a different OS than LIPS or a different meshnet protocol without that trust. Or, you know, Parallax is abusing its power to spread pro-tech propaganda. Doubtful they need to. I'm sure you'll be a good journo and bring me back the right answer.
Alright, that's a start.
I know tin hat conspiracies aren't an ideal start, but it's the best we can do with the info we have. Anything else I can tell you, off the record? If you want it on the record, it'll cost you your firstborn and a really good cigar.
Do you know if anyone else has articles being manipulated?
Alright, look. I wasn't going to tell you this. If it gets out, I'd have to answer some really hard questions. So, you didn't hear this from me. You might want to go check out TMI Entertainment and Charlie Nova. That's all I'll say. And remember, you take a bite out of him with my name as your defense, I drop you fast.
Can you think of any particular reason you're being targeted?
Like what? There isn't much more I can tell you about Augmented Eye, really. It's a fairly simple and straightforward operation, if I say so myself. We started off in Venezuela as a sleek current events and news organization in 2055. Almost 10 years ago now. We focus on more in-depth reporting of on-the-street happenings, on top of major news. We are one of the few good ones left. Once folks in other cities saw the type of reporting we do, they all clamored for it. They invested in the right places, and it paid off. POS.io Corp is happy to have us here in the OSF. It wasn't until hybrid tech started hitting the public sphere that we had to make any changes to our model. All of that said, I can't see why anyone would target us. Unless they're just trying to embroil us in a mudslaying match with the Human Revolution, and there are much more direct ways of making that happen.
What's the real reason you're bringing in outside help? Your own journalist should be able to handle digging up some dirt on a hacker.
What? Not wanting to answer prying questions from my coalition board isn't a good enough reason? Because I'd really like to avoid that. And look, you've covered culture wars, right? My journalists are good, but they're mostly good at gadget reviews, implant releases, not taking too many stims so they remember what they did at raves for the after-party reports.
Something, I've covered wars before.
This needs an investigative journalist with serious contacts, not tech personalities. fact that my network admin recommended you to me means you probably know the right people. Now, does that cover it? I'd like to remove my nose from your ass.
That's it for now. I'll get back to you if I have more questions.
No, don't bother. In hindsight, I probably should have been a bit more circumspect about speaking to you. Plausible deniability and all that. I won't ask you to lie in anything you write, but do remember you got in contact with me not even second-hand, but third-hand. I certainly didn't sick you on anyone. Wink wink, nudge nudge, or whatever. If you need anything else, have your person get with my person. Don't come here directly. Now, I'd show you the door, but you know the way. And this isn't the only fire I'm trying to put out. Good luck, and goodbye.
Well, that was more confrontational than I'd have expected, considering she was the one needing help. She never brought you that water, either. Is it always like this?
She knows the game, but we didn't walk away with nothing.
Very true. I will admit that I am interested in the possibility of a link back to Parallax. If all of this really is due to somebody manipulating the meshnet on the inside, it may give us the leverage we need to find out what happened to Hayden once and for all. That said, I will take care not to get my hopes up. We should make no assumptions when investigating, lest we lead ourselves down a false path. Anyway, seems like our next step is... What the...
Someone got defenestrated. I think that was her.
What the... That's Zin!
It's rare that you actually see defenestration. Well, that's one way to get plausible deniability. The hell happened?
She was defenestrated.
I was not expecting the game to use that word. Nice.
Emergency services are already on the way, and we are severely ill-equipped to help her. We should head back to her office and see if we can determine what happened here. Perhaps we can still dispense justice.
I do have gun.
It looks like the desk has been cleared off. Let's take a look around, but be careful not to disturb any evidence. The police will be here soon. Her personal computer is not password protected at the moment. Give me a moment to look through her files. Best to keep your fingerprints off of the keyboard. Most of this isn't very interesting. Committee reports, financials, article submissions. Oh, here we go. According to this email between Zin and her network admin, her lead on TMI Entertainment is a little more solid than she led us to believe. The admin ran a web crawler looking for changes in writing styles. Some blog posts by their head anchor Charlie Nova stood out like a sore thumb. Apparently he's a bit pompous, if in an affable way, and his blog usually just details his day-to-day life. But ever since the human revolution has been in town, he's been smearing them with more venom than you'd expect, considering how neutral his on-air reporting has been. Zin seemed to think he was just complaining about the protesters fouling up traffic, and whoever is manipulating these posts spun it to make him look critical of the movement as a whole. Just like the Augmented Eye journalist. This Charlie fellow is the one we need to talk to. Even a ROM like that doesn't deserve an end like this.
A swanky looking desk that curves out at the edges. I was wanting to search it, actually. A picture of a toupee is an odd thing to frame. Oh wait, that's an animal of some kind. The flawless foliage hath fallen.
My thermal sensors only detect a single set of lingering footprints, and they end almost 3 feet away from the window. Considering the density of this glass, I can't imagine Zin jumped from that far and managed to throw herself through the pane without help. But who could have done it? I don't see any obvious marks on the floor or any other thermal hotspots.
You're saying no one else was in here?
It doesn't look like it. We should go. There isn't anything else here, and the police are almost on the scene.
So if there were no thermal hotspots, that means that the ROM didn't leave anything. Fairlight did mention a precursor to Turing.
Son of a... I should have figured the two of you would be here. You just won't stay out of trouble no matter what I say, will you?
This one wasn't our fault. This is a total misunderstanding.
I assure you, Detective Rivers, we are merely in the wrong place at the wrong time. We had an appointment with Zin to discuss a possible lead and found her office in this state of disrepair.
Of course you did. Damn it. Fine, fine. Get the hell out of here before anyone else shows up. We'll chat about the case more when I'm not busy scraping bodies off the pavement. You hear me?
Certainly, Detective Rivers. I'll forward you a report of what we know immediately, and we can speak further at a later time.
Yeah, whatever. Get moving.
I don't think she would buy it. She definitely wouldn't have if it came from me.
It doesn't matter anyway. Detective Rivers has every bit of information that Zin gave us on that computer. Her investigation will not be hampered by our absence, whereas ours is halted if we're stuck giving answers she can just as well get from a hard drive. Has it occurred to you that whoever threw Zin out of that window could be after the same thing we are, except to silence the story rather than to get it out? We have little time for fooling about and must get to Charlie Nova before something happens to him too. I have highlighted the main Neo SF offices for TMI Entertainment on your map. Let's go! I hope some pity for me still remains, considering my recent tone, because I'm honestly not sure where we should start. I suppose we should just ask the receptionist to point us to somebody who can answer our questions.
Do you know anything about TMI?
Honestly, you do have your own mesh access, yes? I'm quite certain you can handle all the casual searches you might feel like making. We hardly have time for me to blather out every bit of exposition you desire when you could just go look it up on your own.
You do a good job of making it concise.
Fair enough. If you think it will save time, I can continue to rattle off these facts when you ask for them. I just ask that you keep your queries to a minimum. We don't have a whole lot of time.
Did I, suddenly screw up by making the comment about Lexi believing Turing more than She would have believed us.
Let me pull up the information you requested.
I still like this face. It's a good one. So what can you tell me about TMI?
TMI Entertainment is a relatively popular celebrity and gossip news conglomerate. They own OK Today. They did a good job transitioning from the traditional media models of television and news to the net-based model prevalent now, pioneered by their digital newspaper, OK Today's The Scanline. Some might call their programs rags, but opinion on the mesh seems more favorable than not. They stick to mostly good-natured prying and lean away from the seedier nastiness that paparazzi can get up to. As such, they have a positive relationship with many celebrities and regularly get exclusive scoops that keep their ratings up, despite their refusal to peddle in the darker side of the celebrity news circuit.
What do you know about Charlie Nova specifically?
Charlie Nova is TMI Entertainment's most popular TV personality. He's gotten consistently high ratings for almost a decade and isn't afraid to tell you about it. The chatter on the mesh paints him as a bit arrogant, but in that loud, backslapping kind of way that a media star can get away with. He's best known for hosting Star in the Stratosphere. It's one of those talent-seeking reality programs. Apparently, when TMI can't organically discover enough celebrities, they just manufacture them. Oh, and also, according to this blog, Charlie's hair is flawless.
Got it.
Welcome to TMI Entertainment Incorporated. Do you have an appointment?
I have a story we're about to break and wanted to offer TMI an opportunity to comment.
Oh, I guess I should send you to Sympathy then? Oh, she'd be pretty mad if someone ran something without her getting a chance to comment. Go ahead and talk to her. She's on the other side of the room. Don't bother the talent though. She hates that.
An 80NL news ROM putters speedily across the production floor, frantically looking for the next big scoop.
Hey, you, over here, now.
I
What are
tend
you
to
doing
go left to
over
right
my
with
people?
portraits, but okay.
Thought I told Nina to cancel all my appointments for the day. I swear that girl couldn't find her ears if I taped them over her eyes. At least she makes a decent cup of coffee.
Are you Sympathy? Nina said we should talk to you.
Yes, I am. And if you don't mind, I keep the show running here, so I'll be brief.
See, I was thinking, oh, probably not the producer.
What are you doing in my building?
We've been given a lead on a story that involves one of your personalities, Charlie Nova. Someone has been manipulating his articles on the Meshnet and turning them into scathing attacks against the human revolution. We are trying to track the culprit, and we need to talk to Mr. Nova to hunt down further leads.
You let your ROM do all the talking for you? Must be one of those new interrogation modules all the fresh meat rave about. Of course I know someone's been modifying Charlie's articles. I'm tracking them down myself. What I want to know is why I should help you snatch the scoop out from underneath me. super hacker twists Meshnet news for personal political vendetta, the clicks basically farm themselves.
Oh, right, because Charlie has a big ego, and you have to kind of deflate a bit or just get him angry enough to blab. Willing to break the story under TMI's banner.
Ha! I'm not hiring, kid. I admire your spirit, but I've got people putting in lots of hours on this one. You're not getting the credit because you think you have a hot lead. Plus, if you really did, you wouldn't be here begging for my scraps.
It's not like Zin is likely to be in a state to get mad for bringing up her name.
Zin? Augmented Eyes Zin? What does Zin have to do with this?
She's the one who gave us the lead to begin with. Then, someone threw her out of her office window. We figured Mr. Nova might be next, and we wanted to get to him first.
Holy shit. Fine, I'll let you talk to Charlie. If someone is trying to kill people over this, I'd rather it be out and done with as fast as possible. I mean, shit. We're in entertainment scene. Nobody should die for that. But hey, watch yourself with Charlie. He's a pompous clown, but he's my pompous clown. Keep it civil, or I'll throw your ass out and figure this out on my own. Now get on it. I need to make some calls.
Talent shows, yeah, that'll be.
Fantastic! How fantastic! I just love your ROM. Not quite as stunning as mine, but still pretty grand. Very sleek, very clean. Bravo. Oh, Sympathy is doing that thing where she waves at me to hurry things up. Right down to brass tacks then, I suppose. Wait! I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Charlie Nova, host of Tonight in the Stars and Star in the Stratosphere. But you already knew that, I'm sure. What can I do for you,
Tell me a bit about yourself.
Oh, you flatter me. Yes, you do. I can't imagine you've come all this way just to get my story, have you?
Oh my god, he has that, like, ruffled shirt thing.
After all, I've already published my very own splendid 100% original autobiography, Like a Nova.
I would hope that it's 100% original.
But I suppose I can give you a quick rundown, even if Sympathy is giving me the stink eye. I grew up here on the mean streets of Neo-SF, but my jocular nature and striking countenance got me scouted for a few small product advertisements.
So why is Sympathy minorly controversial?
And the rest is not so ancient history. Now I'm the host of the largest celebrity news show on the Mesh, and I couldn't be happier. It's all thanks to my swarms of fans, though. They're the ones who count.
Yeah, because they give you, like, ratings. What can you tell me about TMI?
Yes, Any additional information on your station would be greatly appreciated.
Well, it's the best damn network on the planet, I can tell you that. We put out top-notch news and entertainment, but with real heart that our competitors just can't match. But if you really want to know about TMI, you need to know about Sympathy. It's her pride and joy, after all. Sure, she can be a little acerbic, and sure, she calls me a poofy-haired oaf all the time, but you can really tell she cares, you know?
With everything else about this game, how do people manage to interpret... What? God, some people... I don't understand some people.
Deep down. I'm not sure if that throat-cutting gesture she's making is a signal to move to another topic or a threat against my physical well-being. So, let's move on. What next?
Have you heard that your stories are getting altered once they get posted to the mesh?
Oh, it may have come up in the last lunch meeting we had, but Sympathy assured me that it was some kind of technical glitch, and our support people were on top of it. They're top-notch, the absolute best money can buy. So I don't think there's anything more to say on the subject.
Telling me you don't know anything at all?
I'm not quite sure what you're insinuating, but I don't think I like it. I am a pillar of this community, and I care deeply about our reports getting to the viewer the way they're intended. I assure you that Sympathy is on top of the situation, and with that, I'll have to bid you good day.
All right, that's enough. Charlie has a show to get ready for. He's told you everything he's going to. So get the hell out of here. If you find anything more interesting than what you've got, come back and see me again. Directly.
Remember, I'm the victim in all this.
Oh man, she looks really cheesed off now. Do you know how snippy she can get? I better get her coffee ready. Maybe that'll calm her down.
We're very sorry if we made your day more difficult. Perhaps I could take the coffee over to Sympathy and we could try to smooth her rumpled feathers.
Yeah, okay, sure. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? You make her even madder? Oh no. On second thought.
It'll only take a minute.
Alright, but she takes it with plenty of milk.
Fantastic! Not quite as stunning as... Very sleek, very... Oh, right down to Wait! I'm Charlie. But you... What can I...
Yes, any...
Well, it's the best... We put out top... But if you really... It's her pride. Sure, she can be a little... Deep down. I'm not... So, let's move on. What next? Oh, you flatter me. I can't imagine... After all, I've already... But I suppose I can. I grew up here on the... And the rest is... Now I'm the host of... It's all thanks to... Oh, it may have come up in the They're top notch. So I don't think that...
Look, Charles, we're just trying to get to the bottom of this.
It's Charlie. And honestly, I'd absolutely love to help you out. Really, I just don't have the information you're looking for.
Chuck, I'm sure you're better informed than that, right? At the top of this heap, yeah?
It's Charlie. And of course, I'm the leading man around here. Who has said otherwise? I'm not quite certain what you think it is that I don't know, but I assure you that I know what it is. You won't be able to trip me up that easily.
Someone's already ended up in the hospital over this, Chip.
It's Charlie. And Sympathy never mentioned that. But still, she said the tech guys are on top of it, and I'm gonna have to go with her on this. I'm not scared of some boogeyman. This isn't the first time I've dealt with something like this. Security has to throw out obsessed fans all the time. I'm made of sterner stuff than you think.
Once again, I have the feeling Zin can't get upset over name dropping here. Zin was thrown out of her office window over this.
It's Charlie, damn it! And wait, what?
Yeah, someone murdered Zin.
What on earth? Okay. I'll tell you what I know. I didn't realize how serious this had gotten. But I'm always glad to play the hero.
Yeah, sure.
Unfortunately, I really only have conjecture to offer you. Trust me, I'd love to lay down some earth-shattering pronouncement and dazzle you with my investigative skills, but all I've got is flimsy threads at best. The thing is, all this stuff with my stories, stuff getting changed, making me look like I don't like the human revolution or whatever, it started after I had an upgrade made to my VR uplink hardware.
What kind of upgrade?
The technically legal kind. Look, I like to have a good time at a party, right? But Sympathy keeps hammering on me for pounding back too much crap and whatnot. Nothing illegal, but she says it makes me look like shit on camera the next day. So I went to this guy I know, good guy, everyone uses him. He's called Nanya. He does great work. After just one simple back alley brain surgery, bing bang boom. I can use an app to make my VR uplink have the same effect on my brain that the stims do, without all the nasty physical side effects. It could be a coincidence, though. The tech guys didn't find anything wrong with my uplink, and they say the modifications check out. But that Nanya guy does a lot of work for media people around here, so if a bunch of posts are getting changed, maybe that's your weak link. Anyway, that's it. Pretty flimsy, but I'll send you the address and you can go talk to him. If he'll even see you, that is.
Thanks for the help.
Oh, it was no problem. No problem at all. I'm quite happy to assist in any way I can. Just make sure you source me in your article, right? Maybe run a rough draft past me and I'll give you some quotes. I'm certain that'll help signal boost the story all the way to the stratosphere. Give it the old Charlie Nova bump. Anyhow, I really have to.
Not the worst idea, actually, considering Alice seems to be
wouldn't
struggling a
believe
bit.
How long it takes to put all this together before a show. Let me know how it goes with the murderous hacker thing. My ROM will call your ROM.
Alright, so let's actually get to examining. A short, scruffy plant sits squarely to the side of the desk. Everything about it screams, I'm only here because a business lecture said it would help with lobby aesthetic.
Does TMI stand for This Mugwort's Incredible?
The mulch isn't. Listen to your body. Talk to plants. Ignore people.
I'm right here.
The plant dodges your touch. Word about you is spreading. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm not reloading for that. You wind back and give the plant a high five, each strand lining up with your fingers. The receptionist recoiled. It's Nina, the fidgety hybrid receptionist for TMI. Her nervous tapping is almost in rhythm with the sound of her clicking heels.
Oh, go right on through.
Oh, cool. Inactive cameras. The cameras rest in their rigs, inactive.
I think it would be fun to be on TV, but I would need a good script. I'd probably say something silly otherwise.
You have a great script, Turing. You aren't in the right union to operate these. There are many different types of journalism. Some of them involve touching this. Yours doesn't. They aren't recording. You'll get your 15 minutes another day.
Video diaries of our adventure may not be a bad idea, but perhaps on cameras we actually own.
GX specifically said these headphones weren't ideal for heavy-duty production work. You said the same in your own review. You're not sure you want to be the public spokesperson for that group just yet. A film assistant of some kind taking a break. They probably get to meet all kinds of celebrities. Is that ours? Yikes, good thing I passed on the coffee this morning. This guy a producer or something? What's up? Have you been tuning into the show? Whatever you need help with, you should go to Sympathy. The news ROM doesn't care to take a comment from an unaffiliated freelancer. You ask the ROM about current events instead, and it lights up. Kinda cute. Don't pick it up while it's working. If you make the ROM miss breaking news, it'll break you. I just noticed that this one is walking instead of, like, rolling around. TMI's lead cinematographer. At least, he seems like one. He's got cool hair.
Hey there, I'm Sky. Nice to meet you. This is just my side job. For my main gig, I run a gym. Sky High Gym, right by the campus off the M.
Sky High just reminds me of the video essay about how the movie Sky High, like the Disney movie, accidentally did a eugenics.
Your ROM is cool. Bet he looked nice in purple like me. Isn't purple awesome? Do you play video games? I love to play. I don't have much time between running the gym and doing this. I actually should get going soon. Gotta make sure everything is sinking at the gym. If I worked out as much as I work here, I'd have muscles the size of your little Rom's head. This is just my side job. Nice! Your ID looks a lot like mine. Probably not for me, buddy. But you go ahead. Those guys are gross. Are you a part of that?
Look, it's June Valmarana from OK Today.
With all things, everything, I'm June Valmarana.
Oh, Valmer. What a great catchphrase. What an icon. She's going over tonight's stories, too busy to notice your googly eyes. Stop it. You weren't going to get put on the show for that. Well, you might, but not in a good way. You can't give the milk producer free advertising. Though charismatic, Fairlight probably wouldn't thrive as a news reporter. There's nothing newsworthy or scandalous in the group's own official pamphlets. He's practically glowing and has people waiting on him hand and foot. Definitely the talent, Charlie Nova. Nice hairdo.
Not the worst photo, but I suggest you don't make prints. Is that some kind of weird mixer?
Okay, that's still super spoiled.
Is he your agent? I think those guys just need a taste of tech.
Oh, fine, you can touch my hair once. That was nice. Sympathy, the production manager for TMI. She looks no nonsense, but serene in her frenzy.
I film for my friends. You'll get very little of me.
She takes a minuscule glance at what you shove at her and decides it's not worth her energy in an instant. Show business folks have high standards, but you probably weren't getting anywhere with that regardless.
If it's not a story or a check, I don't care.
She takes a minuscule glance, not worth her. Okay.
This looks like the spot. I'm awfully nervous and still a bit shaken up. Let's hurry and get out of here.
Junks!
This is genius. The contrast of the art's colors to the walls. The way the letters stretch out. Not to mention the accented punctuation amplifying the outcry. Who are the junks, and to whom are they unworthy? It truly invokes the question, are we not all just machines? I mean, for you it does, presumably.
The only question it makes you ask is, where's the nearest laser racer? You don't think you should be reaching past the professional wrestler in front of you.
Don't try to rub it. Of course, a tech journalist would have no respect for art and culture.
You open your mouth to speak, but you remember a picture is worth 1,000 words. This piece of art will always speak louder.
Quiet. I can't hear the brilliance over your flapping.
A box of stale-looking donuts sits on the ground. Run, donut walk is written on the side of the box.
Run Donut Walk opened up 2 new locations in the city this year, one in Soma and another in Hayes Valley. Wait, those are... sure, why not? We're already carrying...
Donuts added to items. Nice. Whoops. Wait, what is it? Say? A janky box of donuts. A mess of wet paper and rotten food sits sloppily stuck to the ground. What was once perhaps meat is now a pulpy brown paste. It's exceedingly unappetizing.
I have 16 different health notifications advising against that.
This is the kind of trash that likes to slop between fingers. Even flies have started abandoning this heap. Jesus.
I have 16.
Mouth to trash proximity should always be kept at maximum distance possible. Give it a few more weeks, and this might evolve into something that can talk back. The card scoops up a small clump of whatever comprises the trash pile, but only holds its weight for a few seconds. A fat glob of trash falls back to the ground, splattering a bit on your shoes. There are already clumps of curdled milk visible in the heat. Ugh. There are better ways to get rid of headphones. This pile is more of a plastic mess. What you need is a paper mess. The brick lands with a thud amongst the plastic, smushing a few pieces and bending others. That was a very unfulfilling throw. Don't try again. Bunches of crushed plastic have conjoined with miscellaneous rubbish down near the gutter. Looks like a sad recyclable tumbleweed. There isn't a recycling bin nearby, so there would be no sense of smug satisfaction in grabbing it. By your powers combined, this trash remains on the street. Looks like the kind of garbage pile that just wouldn't shut up about the importance of recycling. You don't have 5 hours to spend going over the difference between compost and waste. Oh, there's other stuff to look at, too. Tough Boy is scribbled shoddily on the building in spray paint. It's not very illustrative. Isn't there a phrase people say when they see this?
Omae wa mo shinderu.
The face. That's the one.
This lacks the anger and passion I usually find in this type of street art. No layering, no grand design, nothing inspired or imaginative.
It looks less foreboding turf marking, more sports drink logo. You find yourself lacking the rough edge and need to express yourself in street art. In fact, you pretty much lack rough edges in general. You are, for all the purposes of this graffiti, a circle. There's nothing to add. The message has gotten across rather well. The message of tough and of boy. It's speaking rather violently already. The milk probably would stick to the wall longer than the paint, but the smell would detract from the art's message.
I think this is the place, but of course it lacks any appropriate signage. Frankly, the state of this industry and the current political climate don't give me much hope for my own legal status when word inevitably gets out about me. Regulation regarding cybernetic implants is a mess of intersection between medical and tech industries. I'm rather surprised the Human Protection Act was even passed, but I suppose the possibility of hybrid genetics being passed on to offspring meant there was a considerable push from biotech companies due to patent law, and the laws about cybernetics got tacked on. Never mind. I'm just ranting. This entire investigation has been frustrating. Let's get in there and get this over with. I was just ranting. This entire Let's get in there and...
An industrial-sized air conditioner rattles near the window. A few strips of paper flap around its vents. The outer box is shaking a little from the rumbling. Must be set on high. A big strip of pipe connects the AC unit to its plumbing. The speed of the air passing through makes it look like it's doing the aluminum two-step. A thick grate covers the window, making it look like the outside of a prison cell. It's too high up on the building to see anything but a few shelves. Lights on the ceiling give off a creepy dim glow. It's too high to get a grip on, even when jumping from the sidewalk. You still can't reach it, but the pebbles you throw make a nice ping sound when they hit the bars. Satisfying. No shady figure, or any figure for that matter, appears to respond to your calls from the street. The punks around here are looking at you funny now. Maybe chill out a bit. Your mechanical repair skill needs to be at level 23 to hack this. To re-optimize your Cyberpunk CP points, go to the Sphere Select screen and apply your ability orbs to the correct upgrade aperture zone. Okay, we're Final Fantasy X now? If you could get a good handle around it, that pipe could be a deadly tool. Alice, with the lead pipe, at Nanya's business. There are too many witnesses here to begin your life of industrial fittings-based homicide just yet. Wasn't 23 the repair skill you needed to disarm the bomb in Megaton in Fallout 3? Like, it was something weird like that. Or was that the, No, that was the water pipes in Megaton. It's not a very hot topic. Rather room temperature. The AC unit is drowning out all other sound near it. Apparently it likes to monopolize the conversation. How rude. Newspapers are in serious danger of getting sucked into that thing. A defiant young wrestler is leaning up against the brick wall. She looks rebellious, but doesn't appear to have any cause. Oh, wait. Nope, she does. Says so on the mesh.
Howdy! You can call me Cactus Canary! Our aerodynamic assault will rain down on you from the heavenly skies! One day, I'll conquer everyone else in the Neo-SF Wrestling Federation and become the NSFW World Heavyweight Championship!
Oh no. I don't think...
Champion. I meant champion. Until then, I'm the Violet Wing for life! Yeehaw! Yeah! Yeehaw!
This wrestler is the powerhouse in the Neo-SF Wrestling Federation's hot new stable, the Violent Wings. According to the Mesh, they're a group of highly ranked wrestlers who form up some sort of battalion. The rest of the group includes Cactus Canary over there, plus Iron Kate, the Baroness, and Nadezha? That flag must be fun to carry to the ring.
Hey there. I go by Night Witch. My name has some pretty cool history behind it. We're some badass ladies who'll bomb hellfire on anyone. You should come to our New Year's show. NSFW New Year's Smash! There's nothing better than seeing one of our patented bombs away finishers in person. We're gonna win back those NSFW Neverweight 5-person Cinco's titles from the future Foundry. Arson, Leon, and the Blazer Brothers? Really? Weak champs, if you ask me. Thanks for being a fan of the Violent Wings. My name has some pretty cool history.
Metal garage door guards the side entrance. And a heavy-duty security door stands firmly shut.
Hold up there, Speedy. I've never seen the two of you around here before, and I know everybody. Why don't you let me know what's going on here first before you start barging through people's doors? Feel me?
Hello? We're just here to speak to Nanya about something.
Just got into town and you're already asking favors from folks, huh? Tisk, 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 my little blue friend.
What? No, it's not like that. Listen, we don't want any trouble, but we're kind of in a hurry.
Trouble? There's no trouble here. We can be friends.
For what price?
I like this one. You're a little more street smart than your blue bot buddy here, I see. No, I like you two. You're cool in my book. And since we're all such good friends now, maybe you'll be willing to give back to the community and do a favor for your new pal Formula first.
What kind of a favor?
You see, I'm a budding street musician.
Do you just always speak into a microphone?
Working on my next big hit, feel me? But I'm sort of stuck on a few lines. I just gotta get these last few rhymes right. Maybe you could share a little of your creativity with me and see what we come up with. And it'll be fun.
I was trying to figure out what this particular track sounds like. It sounds like something out of The World Ends With You. Maybe we could try to help you out a little.
Are you sure about this? You know how important this has become. Time is of the essence.
You don't have time to not help me.
Huh?
What do you think would take longer? Helping an up-and-coming singer-songwriter finish a guaranteed worldwide hit? Or you could ignore me and maybe I'll send over an anonymous tip to the Neo-SFPD. You see, I know for a fact that everything inside this shop here is 100% legal. But I bet whatever you got in your mind sure ain't. Even if they didn't find anything, it'd take the rest of the day to iron out. People like you don't come down here for anything boring. We clean up good. How well do you cover your tracks when you're in such a hurry, I wonder?
This isn't good. If Lexi in particular gets suspicious and starts tracking us down, things will become rougher for us. Not to mention all